Maybe there's some interesting parallels. I'm drawing to the other anniversary that's happening, which is 10 years ago. I think it's a few anniversaries, but 10 years ago, you all put out your final record. Fantastic. Collapse Into Now. You get the greatest hits. The sort of the final song we hear even is Hallelujah, as we talk about religion. We get to there, and they even share Patti Smith. I think that's the other big moment here. Which you get her on Blue on Collapse Into Now, and then you get her on what is it? It's Ebo, right? That's the one she's on. And I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I'm just all praising Patti Smith here in case we want to do that in a second. But Michael, on the documentary, you talk about you just wanting to reach out to her, and I think that was the first time. But I didn't get to hear about what that actually was like. I mean, you finally get to meet her. Here's one of your heroes. What was that moment for you?
Well, we met over the telephone. I called her from a phone booth in a hash bar in San Sebastian, Spain, jet lagged as I've ever been in my life. And we were there with a bunch of friends that were there to celebrate the beginning of the European tour. Doug Copeland was there, Jane Pratt was there, Nena Cherry and her whole family, my goddaughters were there. Richard Linklater was there. I mean, it was super weird. But and my two best friends, Tom Gilroy and Jim McKay, both writers, directors, were there. And we ran into these anarchist film students and wound up in a hash bar on Valentine's Day, 1995 in San Sebastian, Spain. Mike and I had arrived from Singapore. We were insanely jet lagged. I had just written Departure, because I had this experience on the plane on the way there. So I was feeling really good about myself. And Fred Sonic Smith had recently passed away, and we knew Patti, although we'd never spoken or met each other, through Scott Litt, who was our producer, who had worked with Patti and Fred on Dream of Life. And I told him I wanted to reach out to her. She had to feel very alone, and so he asked her if it was okay to give me her number, and she said yes. So I called her, and I just said, I'm sure that this is a difficult day for you, but I just want you to know that, there are people in the world who are thinking about you, and I'm one of them. Later that year, the band went through Detroit, and we played several months later, I guess. We played in Detroit, and Patti and her two children were living in the outskirts of Detroit. And I went to visit them on a day off, and that was the first time we met.
And thanks to my guest. Also, thanks to you for checking out the episode in the series. Before you get out of here, hit that subscribe button. Again, you get 3 brand new interviews every single week. New one every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at right here on YouTube, or of course anywhere in podcast land, including iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, NPR, or WFPK.org as well. A great way to keep up with your favorite artists and discover new ones as well. Then after that, actually head over to WFPK.org. That's where I do a show Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's an hour full of song premieres, music news, anniversary spins, bonus interviews, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern at WFPK.org. Consequence has your music and film news. You can also find me on the social media spots, Facebook, Instagram, mostly on Twitter. All 3 of them, the address is at Kyle Meredith. Do hope you like and follow along. That does it for another edition. I'm Kyle Meredith. I'll see you next time.